Yeah, hello everyone. Let's get started. Welcome to Learn Docker installation sessions. So today we are going to see about how we can install Docker in our Ubuntu 2004, and we have some steps here. So we can see right to install the Docker on Ubuntu 20.04. You can follow these steps, which I have already prepared for you guys. So first thing which we need to do is to update the package index on your system. So we will take this command to update our and get back to our terminal. So these command update all our. Then we have to install the necessary dependencies to allow the use of packages over HTTPS. After this, we have to import the Docker GPG key to ensure that the authenticity of the Docker repository. So we will use this command. Then the fourth one to add the Docker repository to your system apt sources. Then we will update the package index again to include the Docker repository. Then we have to run sudo apt install dockerc cli container.io. We'll click yes. And the next thing we need to do is to like Docker should now be installed after this, and we need to verify it by running the Docker version command. So this is the Docker command. So we have Docker with the version, so it will shows us which version of Docker was installed. And here is the command to check the version. So we can say docker version 24.0.2 build number is this was properly installed. So we have successfully installed this. To check the Docker service whether it is in running state or not, we can use this command, which is sudo systemctl status docker. uh, System has not been booted with no issues. RT. So we can check from these command as well, sudo service docker status. So we can see here Docker is running right now. So we can run the different docker commands like docker search, docker pull, docker images, docker run. So we have different command which we can run. So before running the command, we can see the docker architecture first. So here we can see the in the docker architecture we have like this. We have client, in which we have docker run, docker build, and docker pull. We have docker host and we have registry. So docker uses a client server architecture. The docker client talks to docker daemon, which does the heavy lifting of the building, running, and distributing your docker containers. The docker client and daemon can run on the same systems, or you can connect a docker client to a remote docker daemon. So the Docker client and daemon communicates using REST API over Unix sockets or a network interface. Another Docker client is a Docker Compose that let you work with applications consisting a set of containers. So let's see like what is Docker daemon is. So the Docker daemon, Docker D, listen for Docker API request and manages Docker objects such as images, container networks, and volumes. Daemon can also communicate with other daemons to manage Docker services. Then we have Docker client. So the role of Docker client is like the primary way that may Docker user interact with. So when you use commands such as Docker run, the client send these commands to Dockerd. So as here we can see these from here we are interacting with our Docker, right? So like if I run the command Docker version. So these command first go to Docker daemon and from Docker to Docker D, which carries them out. The Docker command use Docker API. The Docker client can communicate with more than one daemon at a time. So uh, we have then Docker desktop, like we have. So we have installed the Docker desktop. Is an easy to install application for you. We can install it in your Mac, Windows, or Linux environment. So currently we have installed on our WSL Ubuntu, which was present in our Windows machines. So these Docker desktop you can install on any of the operating system, and you can run your Docker on that. Then we have the Docker registry. A Docker registry stores the Docker images, like which is a Docker hub. So a Docker hub is a public registry that anyone can use. It was similar to like GitHub. So in the Docker hub, we have to create our own accounts, and after login, we can see the official images as well as other images which was published in the Docker hub, and we can use that complete image. We can pull that image and run that image to make container from that image. And Docker is configured to look for image on Docker Hub by default. You can even run your own private registry. When you use the Docker pull or Docker run command, the required image are pulled from your configured registry. So by default, we have configured by default it has configured the Docker Hub. And if you want to configure any other or your own private registry, you can also configure that. We will see that later. Then we have images. Okay, so these images are present on the Docker Hub, which we will pull or fetch through the Docker pull command, or by running Docker run command. It was automatically pulled by the default registry. So if we talk about an image, so an image is a ready read-only template with the instruction for creating a Docker container. Often an image is based on another image with some additional customization. For example, you may build an image which is based on the Ubuntu image, but install the Apache web servers and your applications, as well as configure details needed to make your application run. Okay, so these are the complete theory part. You may stop it and note it down. and then we have containers. So we run the docker run command to make the containers from these images. So container is a runnable instance of an image. You can create, start, stop, move, or delete a container using the Docker API or CLI. You can connect a container to one or more networks, attach storage to it, or even create a new image based on its current state. By default, a container is relatively well isolated from other containers and its host machine. You can control how isolated a container network, storage, or other underlying subsystems are from other containers or from the host machines. So let's jump on our next thing, which I have prepared for you. Like in this, we will see like normal basics commands of Docker, like Docker versions to check the version which we have already seen right now. Then we have Docker search, how to search any types of image. Okay, we have different types of flags which we can use with the search options. Then we will see how to pull that image. Again, we have different types of pull command for specifically running any kind of task. Then we have Docker images. Then we have Docker run command, Docker ps command. So one by one, we will go and run these commands to check how it's work. Okay, so again, as you know, the first thing which was mentioned here is like Docker version command. So the previously we have checked the Docker version as Docker hyphen hyphen version. There was a short form also to check the version. You can always type Docker at first, then provide the single hyphen, then V, then press enter. You will also get from this command the version of the Docker. Okay, now let's jump to the search command to search any kind of image related to anything from the registry. Which registry? The by default registry is the Docker Hub. So if we are going to search anything, it will by default search it from the Docker Hub, and we can use the below command to search from the Docker Hub registry. So the command is like docker search. Then anything, any item you want to search, put their name like MySQL or Nginx or MariaDB, any kind of application which you want that image, you can write it down here. Okay, so firstly, we will look for the simpler one to search any of the command. Then we have multiple flags like filtration. If you can say like here we are filtering the official images. Okay, so let's run these first, which is Docker search, and then any item. Let's suppose say I want to search Docker search Docker search Nginx. Okay, so here you can see it will give me these numbers of images. Okay, so the name of the image, the description, the star values of the images. The more of the star value, uh, the image was will be the more good. Is Then we have the official status, whether it is official from the Docker Hub or not. Then we have automated, so you can see different name of the images. So official build of Nginx, which is from Nginx, right? Similarly, if I want to search anything other than Nginx, let's suppose say if I want to search Java, related to Java, Docker search Java. Here you can see we have different images for the Java, which is Node, Tomcat, Ghost. Okay, anything which was related to Java's, it will give all kind of images. Then itself Java was here. Okay, here we can see the name Java was deprecated. So in in case of this, we don't use the term Java. We use OpenJDK to fetch its image or to pull its image, right? Then we have Groovy, then Amazon, Corretos, Jetty. There are different times like IBM Java. So all types of images, their star values, whether it is officials or not, you can check. So anything you can check here. Let's suppose say if I want to check MariaDB. Here you can see this number of images we it was showing to me, and like here you can see this was the official image of MariaDB server. So if I want MariaDB, I want to run MariaDB container, then I have to fetch this image, and then from this image it will store in my local system, and from this image I can run the run command so that the container will create it. So before doing that, let's see the different types of search filtration or flags we have, like you can see here. Here you can see it was giving us multiple numbers of image. So in some case, if we do not want that much number of image, we only want to check the official image, whatever the official image is, just show me that. So for that case, I will use this command, which is docker search hyphen hyphen filter is official is true. It means that we are filtering the official one, which will be true, and any item after that you can search. Then, as here you can see, we have searched MariaDB, so we will again search the MariaDB, but we will add this filter option in play before the MariaDB. So just copying this command. Now we have put the official is true, and then give the space, then MariaDB. Okay, so before we run this command, so you can see we got multiple numbers of image. Now if I run these commands, so we will get only two images which are official. So let's run this. Here you can see I have run this command, and my result is only two image which are official. They are showing just two. Okay, so any number of official images, if they have, they will show me only the official images. In this case, if I put here false, then it will show me non-official images, right? Let's do that. Like we have put false here. Now it will not give me these two images, but rather than it will give me all these below images, but not these two. Okay, see. So there is no images with the official, okay, and all the images are non-official. So these are the functions of this filter of flags, and Docker search we have seen, Docker search with the filter option we have covered. Uh, then we have one more flag like hyphen hyphen limit. So if we use this limit part, you can limit your search result by putting any numbers in the limit. Like if I put 1, so I will only get one image. When I search for anything, I will not get the whole multiple list of that image. I will only get the one images. Okay, if I give the 2 in the limit, then I will able to see the 2 images, and it will give me the official image. Sure. So let's get search for this, like docker search limit is 1, and in this time let's search for the PHP. Okay, so here you can see it is giving me only one image for PHP. If I remove these limit options, okay, if I remove this limit option from here and then search it normally, docker search PHP. So right now if I click enter, we will get the multiple numbers of image. You can see here, see, you are getting that much number of images. Some of them are official, some of them are not officials. These are the star values. Okay, again, if I put the limit as 3, so now in this time we will get 3 list of images for PHP. See, so the list of images for the PHP, we got 3 images. 3 of both of them are official. Okay, let's suppose say we have here when we run this PHP search option without any kind of options. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 official. Let's give the limit 8 to see whether it is giving the non-official images as well or not. So in place of 3, I will put 8 and then give the. So here you can see the 7 was the official and the 8th image was not official. Okay, so based on the star values and the officials, okay, it gives us so the more the star values and the official, it will give me first based on the limit whatever we put here. After the limit option, we can filter again, like we have filter here from is official. We can again filter from the stars, like for the any number of star values. Let's suppose say we will copy this command. Okay, firstly run again normal command like docker search PHP, and here we can see these are the star values. Now run this command with the filter. Okay, just a second. I have to edit this, so we have to remove this and put the star values here. So let's suppose say if I put star values as 500. Okay, so it will give me the images which are above than 500. Okay, so it will give it from here 809, 991, 837, and 7136. So these 4 images it will reflect only. So let's press enter. You can see these 4 images it has given to me. If in case of 500, I will put 1000. So what will happen? So this images star value is below than 1000. This was also below than 1000. This was also below than 1000, right? So it will skip these all threes and just only show these this one images, the first images, which has the star value more than 1000. To check this, I will press enter and see it will only giving me the first images which have the star values more than 1000. Okay, so these types of different options we have. We have the normal command as docker search and any item you want to search, but we have different kinds of options with it so that we can use it in case of the requirement. Okay, now let's jump on to the next command which we have is to pull any image from the registry. You can use this below command like docker pull php. Like I want to run the php container, so before that I have searched that. So what are the images of php we have? Now I am okay with it and I need to pull it. So in case of PHP, let's pull MariaDB. Okay. Okay. So Docker pull first C it CARCH MariaDB. So these was the image name. So I will run command as docker pull to pull the image and the image name which you want to pull. Okay, so let's suppose say I want to add php my admin images. Okay, not the mariodb. So I will give this name here and I will click enter, so it will pull the image for php my admin. Okay, so by default, if we didn't give any of the version or any things after the PHP my admin, then we have to put colon and then we have to put the version. If we do not put that, so by default it will install the latest version for the PHP my admin. And if you want to install any specific thing, so after the PHP my admin, put colon symbol and then give the version of that. Okay, so here you can see that the pull was completed and downloaded a newer image for PHP my admin with the latest version. So the image we have successfully pulled. So in the pull, we have different options like docker pull hyphen a image. So what these option hyphen a will does is to pull all available tags for a specific image. Okay, so when we search the any items with the docker search command, as you have seen earlier, that it gives multiple number of images. Okay, so if we use docker pull hyphen a, so it will pull all the available tags for a specific image. This command will fetch all the available versions or tags of any image if I want to pull. Okay, so right now we will not do this because it will pull all the images. As I have attached the output here. I have earlier done this. I have pulled the Docker pull in Nginx with all versions. So here you can see it will pull all the different version of Docker. It will gives Docker pull complete. This version was completed. Then again start for the other version, then this version was completed, so it will give us the digest number. Then again start for the other another version, so it will continuously run until and unless your all the version will be installed. So it will take time, so we will skip this from here, but you will get know about this. Like for to pull all kind of available images, you will use the hyphen a option along with the docker pull command. Okay, so after this command execute like with the hyphen a, so here you can see we have like docker images to list all the images which we have faced. So once I have run that command earlier, so as you can see in the output, I have run docker images to list all my downloaded images on my local system. So here you can see for the nginx we have multiple tags and versions for that. So that's why it has installed all the nginx with the different tags. Now we have Docker pull platform specific, to pull an image for a specific platform architecture, to specify the desired platform using the platform options, whether Docker pull platform Linux if you want to install in that any application for the Linux OS, or for the Windows OS, or for the Mac OS. So you can also define or give the platform here. Okay, so here you can see if I run this command docker pull platform Linux, so it will install the nginx for the Linux. Okay, if I will put here Windows, so it will install for the Windows. So we will also escape that. As you can see, I have attached the screenshot for your reference. Docker pull platform Linux. Then we have put the nginx, so it has pulled that image for the Linux. Now we have docker pull quite image. So this was through these option what happened, like whenever we pull anything, like if you have seen here, I have pulled docker pull php myadmin. So I, after running this command, you can see it gives me this such information, whether it is completed or not, what are the digest, what are the status, and all that stuff. Okay, if I run docker pull quite, and then the application name with the, or for the, for which the image I need to fetch, so it will not give this much detail. It will just install that and say it was completed. So here you can see in the output docker pull quite mysql. So after installing or downloading this image, it will just let me know that docker io library mysql latest was downloaded on your local system through the docker hub registry. So let's pull. Now we will put pull Maria DB here. Okay. See, now it was not giving me any of this pull complete or digest, or just giving me the status that Docker IO library MariaDB latest was downloaded. Okay, so these were the functionality of quite options. Then we have like Docker pull disable content trust image. To pull an image with content trust disable, content trust ensure the authenticity of the image but can be disabled using these options. Okay, if you are if you want to download such images whose authenticity was not that much high, but still if you want to download that, then you can disable the content trust and pull that image. After pull command, if we have fetched something from the Docker Hub registry, so we also want to see that. Okay, so to see all the downloaded images, or the list of all downloaded images in your local system, we have a command as Docker images. Okay, let's run this. Images. Okay, so as earlier I have already fetched some images for the Nginx, so that's why you are seeing that much Nginx. I have also fetched the Python image, HTTPD Apache image, PHP image. Okay, so that's why it's giving. So the current image right now which we have fetched or downloaded is the PHP myadmin. Okay, and the MariaDB. Right now we have installed two images for you. So the first one is PHP myadmin, which we have pulled, and the second one is MariaDB. So you can see the name of that images. Okay, the tag was latest. The image ID is this. Created 8 day ago. It means that how many days ago it was published on the Docker Hub registry, not the downloaded time. Okay, so that's why it's giving 8 days ago. and size of that images, and any number of images you will pull. So by running this docker images command, you will get a list of complete number of images present in your local system. So right now I have that much images. Okay, so let's see the different options we have in the Docker images. So we have Docker image ls hyphen a. This command shows all Docker images, including intermediate level. Okay, so by running this, we will get all the images. Docker image ls repository. Okay, now let's suppose say if I want to see any specific images which we have in our local system, so we will put let's suppose say we have in when we have run the docker images, it will give me all images like mariadb also, php also, apache also, nginx also. But in case if you want to search any specific image, so you can put like docker image and the name of that image, so like nginx. Let's clear the screen first. Okay, now docker image ls engine x. See, so here we get the list of only nginx. Okay, so let's now run for httpd. See, we have only one image of apache httpd, so it's showing this only. If we run for mariadb, it will give me the image which I have for the mariadb. Okay, so this is the function of ls with the repository. Repository means the name of that image. Then we have docker image ls filter with the key values. Okay, so this command filter the image based on specific criteria, so we can replace the key value with the desired filter. For example, docker image ls filter dangling equals to true will list only the dangling image. Let's see. Okay, so it means that the image which with the tag with the none tag. Okay, so we have filtered it out, and these are the images which doesn't have any tags, so we can filter this. Okay, we can also filter like format, so docker image ls hyphen hyphen format, and any types of format we have to give. So the example is like this. If you can see from the image, docker image ls format, then we have put the format here, repository, then tag, so it will run that. So you can see here in the output, it will only showing the repository like the name of that image and the tag with the which we have like latest or any different kind of tags. Like for the nginx we have installed all the images, so you can see the nginx with the different tags. Okay, so these are some facts like when pull the image from Docker Hub, where does it store in your local system? So whenever you pull any of the images, when you pull images from Docker Hub, they are stored in the local Docker image caches on your system. The location of the image cache depend on the operating systems you are using. So for the Linux, by default, Docker stores its data in the slash var slash lib slash docker directory. The pulled images are stored in the slash var slash lib slash docker slash image slash overlay 2 directory. In the Mac OS, these are the path of similar for the Windows. These are the path where the Docker image store. Okay, sometime if Docker command is not running, so these are some facts and the issues we got. So at that time, what if we have to do? Like if sometimes Docker command is not running, then we have to restart the Docker service by using the below command, which is Docker service sudo service Docker start or restart, or first we have to stop that, then again start it so that it will work properly. Like here you can see I have run the docker images command, but it says cannot connect to the docker daemon at Unix. Is the docker daemon running? So it's saying that like docker daemon is not running, so we need to restart the services. So for that I have restarted the sudo service docker start. So the service was mistakenly stop or anything's happened, so it get stopped. So I have again started the Docker services, and then the Docker version command is running fine. To make the container through a image present in your local system, you can use the below command. Like we have multiple images in our local system, and now if you want to make a container from that image, so you can use this command as docker run image name. Okay, so this command creates and start a container based on the specified image. For example, docker run ubuntu create a run container using the ubuntu image. Okay, here you can see I have run docker run mysql, so it will create a container for mysql. Then we have different options in it, like hyphen it hyphen d. So it option is like interactive, for the interactive session. So this command start a container in interactive mode with the terminal session attached. It allows you to interact with the container shell. For example, docker run it ubuntu start an interactive ubuntu container. Okay, so let's get run. Then docker run, let's say php my admin, the image which we have installed. Okay, first search it, docker image ls php my admin min. So this is the repository or image name we have. So let's create a container for this. So before like to list the container, to check what are the container we have. So we have this command below. You can see, to see the list of container we have command docker ps. So let's run that command, docker ps. So here you can see these are the number of containers, active containers actually, which are currently running. So previously I have made some containers. So we have container for the nginx, debian, openjdk, python, debian, nginx 1.18, nginx 1.18, and again debian. So we can create any numbers of container for the same image, right? You can see here we have created like two container for the same nginx, two container for the debian. Okay, or three container, one, two, three container for debian. So from the same image you can create multiple containers, but as you can see here, these are the active containers which are currently running. If you want to see all container list, then we need to add an option with a hyphen a with it. Okay, let's first clear all this stuff and run docker ps with hyphen a options. So it will give you all the container which you have created, whether it is running or whether it is not running. Okay, whether it is active or inactive. So here you can see when I run the ps command, it will shows me only 5 to 6 container which are in running state. So as you can see here, we have when we run this docker psa command, we will get doc container id, the name of the image, the command, created time, and the status of that container, whether it is up or exited, means whether it is active or inactive, the port which are mapped with, and if I put small this screen, yeah. So this is the name. Okay, so name of the container. So by default, if you do not put anything at the time of creating container, it will take any random name. Okay, so here you can see if I small it little bit and run the docker ps hyphen a command again. Yeah, now I'm getting the complete name here. So you can see here, these are some container in which I have already created, and I have given the name at the time of creating these container for these specific images. But if you see below here, yeah, this container I have put the name. Okay, I have put the name, I have put this name. Okay, but this container I haven't put any name, so by default it has taken any random name. This one, or this one, or from here you can see all of them are random names taken by the Docker. Okay, so I can skip that. Okay, so last time we are seeing like we have IT options for the Docker command, which will create an interactive mode with the Docker. Like it will create the Docker container, and it will create the interactive session for that also. Like here you can see in the output, I have run Docker run IT means interactive. For the Debian image, I want to create a container. So what it has done, it has created the Debian container at the background, and it has taken me inside of that container. You can see earlier I have like root at the rate p60, which is my host name, and after running this command, you can see that root at the rate 1, which is the container id basically. Okay, so inside this container right now I am present. To exit from this container, we have to press Control P and Q to exit from this container. So let's suppose say I will run something for you, like for PHP myadmin. As you can see here, when I have run docker ps hyphen a, we doesn't have any PHP myadmin container right now, whether it is in up state or it is in exit state. Okay, so we have to run a fresh PHP myadmin container. The first thing I will show you with the basic one, which is docker run php myadmin. Okay, just a second. PHP my admin. Okay, click enter. So it is creating the container for the image which I have fetched for PHP myadmin. But in this case, the Docker container will create and it will again stop. It will not in the running state. So if I run the docker ps command, we are not able to see that. We are able to see it in when we run the docker ps -a command. So we will able to see that with the php myadmin with the exited state. So these command basically creates it, and at the time of creation, the container was itself gets stopped. And okay, if I run ps, it is not showing any container in with the image php myadmin, right? You can see in here no container with php myadmin. Now let's run docker ps -a. Let's see if we see anything here. Here you can see this is the container id, this is the image for the php myadmin. Earlier there was no php myadmin, but after running that docker run command for the php myadmin, we can see the container was created a minute ago, but it was deactivated, or it was exited as soon as it's created. Okay, and by default it has taken any random name like stoic bro brown. Okay, so now this time we will again create another container for the same docker php myadmin, but right now I will use hyphen name options, and I will give it like php container, php php hyphen container, and the image name. Okay, so this time what will happen, the same thing, the container will create and it will exit, but the thing is that we will see the name here as we have put in. Like in earlier case we had didn't give any name, so it has taken random name, but this time we are passing a name. Okay, we are passing a name as php container, so it will create a container with this name. Let's run this. Okay, if I put docker ps, it will doesn't show me any container with the php myadmin, because we are not using the it options, right? So it will not let take me inside that container. So at the time of creation it will destroy that container. But if I put the command as docker ps -a, so it will show me all the activated or deactivated container list. Now you can see above here, you can see these was the latest images which was created 54 seconds ago, and it was again exited at the time of creation. It was deactivated, created, then deactivated. But the difference is that here you can see the name php container which we have passed. Earlier we haven't passed anything, so it given us a default random name it taken. Now if we talk about the it options, okay, so let's create again with the name this. Before it I will put option it, and with name php container 2 I have to take any other name, so php container 2 with image php myadmin. So here you can see, if I here you can see root at the rate my host name. Now I will put enter and you will see the change. The root will be there at the rate and then it will show me the container ID for this PHP2 container 2. Okay, let's click enter. Okay, it was giving me some error because the PHP my admin will require the determine the server fully qualified domain name it required the IP address. So in case of PHP, my admin let's install anything else. Let's create anything else. So before creating, let's see if it has done anything. Docker ps. Yeah, it hasn't created any container because it requires the fully qualified domain name. Okay, so in case of PHP my admin, let's run JDK. Let's run JDK. Name we will put Java container 2, Jav container or J container for the Java container, and for the image name I will replace it with OpenJDK. So I already have this image as OpenJDK. I have already fetched that images from the Docker Hub registry. So I will run for this. So this time you can see I am running it with the IT option and with the name option. So the name will be JContainer and the IT is there. So it will when I put enter, it will take me inside that container. So here my host will be changed. See. Okay, so here you can see it has put on me inside the Java shell. So from here my container was created and I am inside that container, and here I can run the Java command or like Java code. I can run any of that code from here. And to exit from this container I will click Control PQ. So I am exited and I am again in my local system. But now we need to see whether the image or sorry, whether the container was still running or not. So for this I need to check the list of the running container, which is Docker PS. Now see these container which I have created for the OpenJDK right now. This is the container ID. OpenJDK, the command is jshell, which is created a minute ago. Up about a minute, it is up. The status is up. It means that this container is currently running. Why? Because we have given the IT option in it, and you can see the name of the container which we have passed here, which is JContainer. So in the name, it is showing JContainer, and for this IT, it was currently active. Okay, so this is the option of functionality of IT. Then we have hyphen D options. So these start a container in a detached mode, running it in the background. It does not attach a container output to the terminal. For example, docker run D nginx start a detached nginx container or any other application container. Okay. Let's suppose say I will run this command again with jcontainer2. I will change the name with jcontainer2 for the same image OpenJDK, and after the IT I have put option as hyphen D. So this time like earlier you have seen when I have run this command, so it will take me inside the Java container and given me the JShell. But right now it will do not take me from inside the container. It will keep me in my local system only. but the container was created and it will be running and active. Okay, so this time you can see it, just give me the digest number or any number, and it has kept me in my local system only. And now I will check the list with docker ps. So see, again, it was created a new container with the name Java container 2. It was up and it was created 19 seconds ago with the jshell command, openjdk image, and this is the container ID. Both the container ID is different. Okay, both are running. So this is the functionality of -d with the detached mode. Okay, these option I we have already covered with the name to put the name of the container. Okay, this is for the port mapping, like some application for which the port is required. So you can map the port like in our local system. If something is running on 8080 and I want like if it hits in my local system and it will map with the my container running in my system, so I can map that port. Like if any request come for 8080 in my local host, then it will map to the container port, whatever the port we will configure or map for the container. Okay, so here you can see an example like docker run hyphen p 22 with 73. So I have mapped my local system port of 22 with the with my container port as 73. So whenever the request come for 22, it will map with 73 port of the container. Okay, and the name I have kept this, and -d for the detached mode. This is the name of the image for which I need to create it, and colon, after the colon we have given the version of that nginx. Okay, then we can docker run v host path container. This command mounts a volume, so we will see this later. Okay, then we have docker ps and docker psa, which we have already covered. For the docker ps, to list the all running container, if I run docker ps hyphen a, it will show me all the container, whether it is running or not. Then we have docker ps hyphen l. So this command lists the last container created. So let's suppose say if I run this command and I want to check only what will be the last container I have recently created. I don't want to see all the list. Okay, I just want to see the last recently created container. So you can see we have created openjdk with the name j container 2. So it will give me the last container which we have created for these options. Okay, if I put -q, so it will give me only container ID. Okay, like this. See, it will only showing me the running container IDs, not showing all other details, just giving me the container ID of running container. Then we have -n options, so we can use this command to display the number of most recent created container. Like if I take this and I want to see last two created containers or last three created containers, so I will put three here and it will give me openjdk phpMyAdmin. Okay, we have created this. If I will give last five container, it will show me this openjdk phpMyAdmin, phpMyAdmin we have created. If I will give it for last 10 container, it will give me last 10 container image. Okay, the time when it was created, whether it is up or not, and with their names, with their container IDs, with their image name and command. We can also filter with the key values. So docker ps filter key values like docker ps filter status running. If I want to see only running container, then we can clear it. See, it will give me only the running container. Okay, it is status is up. And in case of running, if I will put exited, exited, it will list out all the exited, or you can say all the inactive container. Then we have docker ps format. So if we use this option, we can format like how I want to display the information. So we can use like docker ps format in table, like if we want only ids and names and image, not more than that, so we can use this. So normally it will give us like normally what it gives container id, image, command created, status, port, names. But if you want fewer information, you can use this command with the filtration option or format options and run this. So now you can see we are not getting that much information. We are getting only container id, in name of the image and the image. Okay, only three information we are getting. So we can change the format here according to your requirements. And that's all for the today sessions. Thank you all for joining this or for viewing this. We will cover the further more details and the further more study in the Docker in the next session. So thanks for viewing it. Bye.